nudge the black into play here. So a quick glance at the scoreboard. 22 points. Red, pink, say. It'd probably be red, blue, easier to get on the yellow. So he's going to need the black. May have had an opportunity there just to bring the black away from the cushion.
Yeah, you were really thinking a lot of shots ahead there, because it's down to the very last shot, and that's maybe what it'll come to here, John. Yeah.
Well, he looked to have the perfect angle on the pink, didn't he? Just to run through, nudge the black. He'd still be on the red. We'll see whether it comes back to cause an obstacle that causes him to break down, but he needs the 6 remaining colours.
13. 15.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the colours to pot, and they're not a format, but eventually he'd love to be able to get on an angle on the pink to leave the white where I've got that other white, to leave an easy black along the cushion. I say an easy black along the cushion
18.
on these match pockets. They're tight, but he'll already be thinking of that, but it's all about the angle he gets when he pots the blue to get on the pink.
22.
Now this is the key shot coming up as to whether he get nicely on the pink. And he could have played that better, because you'd want to leave the black into the left corner pocket. To take it into the right corner has got a further distance to travel and is much more difficult. So he didn't play that as he would have liked. Now he can screw this off the side cushion and leave himself on the black, but it's going to be tricky. Yeah, he's left it into the more difficult
33.
pocket, and he won't even take the pot on now. Keep the white tight on the cushion, get a good black, and Rory will be in a spot of bother here.
Yes, leave the white tight, but make certain you get the black in the middle of that baulk cushion. Couldn't have played it better.
John Higgins, 33.
Could not have played that any better. But at least Rory Mcleod get back to the table. Can he get this black safe, though?
Well, it's one of those shots where there's a certain amount of players who'll just have a go at a double on the black, because it's a very difficult safety shot. It really is. If you play the black up and down, you can double kiss the cue ball. If you try to flick it onto the side cushion, you can leave it on for one of the corners. If you don't judge that right, you leave it on for one of the center pockets. So he's in a spot of bother, and he's got to play a really good safety shot here. And sometimes when that's the case, you chance your arm and maybe take the double on and hope to knock it safe. But let's see what happens. He's gone for the flick onto the side cushion, and is he going to stay? It's not bad. The white went close to the middle pocket. This is not the easiest of pots. And if he plays a plain ball, the white will go across the table towards the other corner pocket. He's looking at the angle, so he can't play it plain ball, or he'll be in danger of going in off, JV.
Yeah, no, it's one of these. I think if you take it on, you've got to fully commit.
And he's got away with it. When he did take the pot on, John was thinking, if I don't knock this in, I'm going to stick it up, but he hasn't. Well, he's looking at the middle pocket, but that's... if you were in behind the black, you might roll it into the middle pocket. Good safety is the order of the day here, but he's back looking at that angle. Would be some pot if it goes in.
Yeah, you get the feeling now, Dennis, this is a massive frame, isn't it, for Rory Mcleod? You know, he had chances early on and has been given another lifeline. Can he take it?
that was a tough shot he tried there. Okay, he's tried to get a good cue ball, but you know what John Higgins is like with this type of shot, but I don't think the in-off's on, so, but this is a very tough pot. The crowd thought that was in. Rory, you missed a pink earlier when it looked as if you were going to take the frame. You can see him concentrating. He knows the importance of this second frame. Oh, as clean as a whistle. That's a great black to take this second frame. It looked as if he almost threw the frame away, but John Higgins didn't get on the black, and Rory Mcleod will be absolutely delighted to have levelled the score. It's 1-all. A little look to the camera there, as he sometimes does. He's a very laid-back character, is Rory. Well, JV, that wasn't a bad second frame there, as we look down on the Barbican centre here with the two tables, and I think he's away out just to settle down, because if he had lost that, best of 11, he would have been in a spot of trouble, really.
Yes, and you always look at the opportunities missed. There's the trophy that they're playing for this week. The one that I won all those years ago, when the sponsors, Coral, stopped sponsoring it. Steve Davis got the original. He gave me a picture of it.
What Steve did?
Steve did. It was very nice of him. He gave me a picture of the trophy.
Did he sign it?
But yeah, rated very highly this tournament. I think the fact that the first two rounds we're going to see up until the quarter-final best of 11, I don't think it really takes the shine off the tournament. I mean, normally we're talking about tournaments, and particularly early on in the season, where players are a little bit ring rusty. Well, that's not the case now. They're playing in so many of these PTC tournaments. I mean, everybody's coming here firing on all cylinders, you would have thought.
Yeah, they're certainly all match fit. They're playing them all over Europe, and the standard is improving because of the PTC events, and I think a lot of the players are benefiting from it.
Yeah, you were mentioning when we was always walking over, I walked over with Willie Thorne and Neil Foles, and apparently it's been 3 maximums in one of the PTC tournaments last week or something.
Yeah, Ricky Walden. I occasionally go into Ricky's club there and have a practice. He's still got a star table there, and yeah, Ricky's made his first ever maximum, so it's good to see.
Ian McCulloch made one, and David Gray the other one, not the singer. John Higgins just sitting there patiently waiting for Rory to return to the arena. He'll be a little bit disappointed, and as I say, I just felt in that frame he missed a trick when he potted the pink off the second last red, and he could have just nudged the black out, and it'd have made the black a lot easier to get on. Anyway, Rory's back.
Cue the third frame. Rory Mcleod to break.
Rory Mcleod gets frame 3 underway, and he'll be a lot happier now. I don't think you, and I'll say it many times, but I don't think you really settle until you get your first frame on the scoreboard. And he's done that. So now we can settle down and get right into the match. Best of 11, first to 6, remember. Good safety shot that from John Higgins. Although I say a good safety shot, he may just have forced Rory Mcleod into taking this red on. It's the only red he can see, and I think he can get through to it to play the pot, and if he runs round of 2 cushion, he'll be on the black. Sometimes you get your opponent in that much trouble, you force them into playing the pot. And this could be one of those cases here. Good cueing needed, but he's a good technician. Well, I don't think he played the pot. Surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit of a, what we call a shot to nothing, but I think he was frightened that maybe he would have wobbled the red in the jaws and possibly left it. So let's see what John Higgins does with this red. He sends it back up the table. The old Cliff Thorburn shot the opposite way around. It's called the dump shot. It's where you leave the white one end of the table and dump the red back up the other end. That was a reverse dump shot.
Well, that was an interesting choice of shot, leaving the cue ball at this end when it looked as though he could have played back to the baulk end, but I suppose he's worried about that red that's near the blue. He'll be opening the reds here, you would have thought, John. I mean, you would think if you were in John Higgins' shoes, you wouldn't really want to get bogged down in a tactical game, although if it was a tactical game, you'd obviously favour the world champion, but I think he needs to stamp his authority on it.
And I think that's why he played that shot as he did, to open the reds up. Yeah, I think he wants to get on with it, John Higgins. He is one of the best tactical players we've ever had in the game. But it's going to be one of those awkward frames with the reds. Keep going up to the back end of the table, but that's a pretty good shot. John might only be able to roll into the bunch here.